Shalom. First and foremost, gonna give all glory and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, or Chakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Green Millstone. Alright. Just finna get into this lesson. Alright, on this article right here from Donald Trump, you know what he said. You know, this was posted 48 minutes ago. You know, or at least it came on my phone 48 minutes ago. You know, so basically we're at the brink of all hell breaking loose down here in America, you know. So, here, matter of fact, let's start off with this. Here, Habakkuk 2 and verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Alright, so the prophecies, alright, is all for an appointed time, you know. So when, you know, the micro C-hib, the MOTB, that's for an appointed time. Alright, Jacob's trouble, alright, that's for an appointed time. Alright. And, you know, we waited, you know, you got the Apostle Tahar on down. You know, they've been waiting, you know, for, 30 plus years, 40 plus years, you know. But guess what? They still waited, you know. And now at the end it shall speak. Look, it's speaking now. All right, down there, what's going on in LA? That's a huge, that's huge right there, you know. Because we're going to get that in 2nd Ezra 15, you know, that there's going to be upwards, you know, amongst the people, you know. Yeah, but I believe that is said in Matthew 24, you know. But yeah, man. But yeah, it's here, it's speaking, you know. We're seeing the vision clearer and clearer and clearer. Like, oh shit, this is how this scripture is about to go down, you know. So look, it says Donald Trump warns we are going to have troops everywhere after ICE protest. President Donald Trump warned there will be troops everywhere when asked if he will take more action if the LA protests continue to rage, amid fears that martial law may be declared. See, they're talking about martial law too, you know, and they talking about bringing the Marines over there in the LA. All right. So, yeah, that 2nd Ezra, you know, it's looking good, you know. It says, in a directive Saturday, Trump invoked a legal provision allowing him to deploy federal service members when there is a rebellion or danger of a rebellion against the authority of the government of the United States. This is what Trump is saying right here. We are going to have troops everywhere, Trump said after touching down on Air Force One in New Jersey on Sunday. We are not going to let this happen to our country. It came as Bernie Sanders issued an 8-word verdict on Trump's handling of the crisis. Look at these little side notes right here. Talking about nuclear. God damn. I'm probably not even going to be able to find that back. Okay, it's right here. So yeah, troops ain't just gonna be down there in LA, it's gonna be everywhere. Alright, because guess what? There is so-called, you know, immigrants everywhere, you know, here in the United States. Alright? Here, I'm just read this. It says, starting right here. We have an incompetent governor, Newsome, and Mayor Bass, who were, as usual, just look at how they handled the fires, and now they're very slowly permitting disaster. Federal permitting is complete, unable to handle the task. These radical left protests by instigators and often paid troublemakers will not be tolerated, Trump added. Also, from now on, masks will not be allowed to be worn at protests. What do these people have to hide and why? Again, thank you to the National Guard for a job well done. On Saturday, Immigration and Customs Enforcement raids intensified in the area following demonstrations at a federal detention center where police used tear gas and flashbangs and detained a union leader. And see, best believe it's about to get, bloody, because here, let's get something. This ain't a regular man that, the tribes are, coming against, Here, this is Psalm 17 and verse 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. All right, and we know the wicked to be Esau Edom, according to Malachi 1 and 4, But it said, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So Yahweh Shem Shah, he uses this man, to basically put us down, to slay us, So right now, Esau, he's practicing, or not practicing, but, he's using a stick right now. Instead of a actual sword, he's using sticks to hit you and shit, It ain't causing you death, But you can still feel it, Because matter of fact, look. Look right here. Reporter hit by non-lethal round during live report from LA immigration protest. So people being hit with, these flashbangs and shit. All right, or whatever they got over there. They're being hit by them. It ain't causing, death or nothing. But soon, they're gonna start wielding that actual sword. Which is gonna be them using actual guns. It's like it. All right. So this is what's coming, Let's get something else now. Because he's talking about, hey, it's going to be everywhere, These troops is going to be everywhere, though, The second Ezra 15 and verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. See, and we're seeing this LA thing. This is the start of it, It's a major start to it, Soon to come, these people are all gonna have, they're gonna, who knows how it's gonna happen, It might be a nigga, that Lord allow an evil spirit to come on that nigga to start shooting at the, the National Guard, and then next thing you know, the National Guard like, oh shit, we gotta use these guns now, or Trump, hey, use the guns, Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. And they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right. And yeah, there's going to be, and that's, see, what's going on in LA, all right, Chicago, New York, all right, Minnesota, that's sedition, They're not talking about, they're not trying to hear what, the what Trump is saying about, immigrants and things of that nature, People are understanding that, hey, shit, you stole the land, This is really our land, So this place is being, America is totally, you see, matter of fact, what did it say? Matthew 12:25, and Yahweh knew their thoughts, and said unto him, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. So see, this place, America can't stand, because it's just this people against this people against this people. So this place obviously is set up, to fall. There's no what does the scripture say? We would have healed Babylon, but she cannot be healed. This place ain't gonna get back great. This place is just gonna keep on falling, until them nukes hit. So this is what's coming. Yahweh Shah's prophecies is come to pass. 2 Ezra 15 and verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. So see, why is that? Martial law. And this is the greatest way to bring in martial law, allowing this to happen. Trump could be like, these immigrants, these people getting too crazy. We need to lock down the city, to keep everybody safe, He could say some bullshit like that and people, just gonna accept it. So yeah, this is what's coming, martial law. All right. So hey, that was pretty much it. So Lord willing, the lesson was edifying. Gonna give all glory and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostle and elders, great millstone. All right, shalom.